Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into Cavalier Field. It is Game 4 of the 2024 Rocky Mountain League season. Game 1 in league play for your Dodge City A's. So after 3 non-league games, the A's set their sight on league competition. Tonight, it is the Colorado Rough Riders coming to town as the A's get set to take on the Rough Riders in a 3-game series here at Cavalier. One tonight, one tomorrow, and one Sunday night, the first 3 league games of the year. It is Cole Erhorn getting the start on the mound tonight for your Dodge City A's, and we are just moments away from first pitch. As we get ready to go, Cannon Frost leads off for the Rough Riders, the center fielder. Batting second, number 1, is Wes Miller. He is the third baseman. As I said, Cole Erhorn getting the start on the mound for your Dodge City A's, and the first pitch delivered down at straight up 7 o'clock. It is a swing and a miss for strike number 1. "89 degrees and mostly cloudy here as Erhorn now has Frost down in the count 0-2. Of course, the A's dropped a hard one last night, falling 8-6 to the Liberal BJs. Non-league play, but still counts in the overall of the season. So the A's 1-2 overall on the season, looking to get back to 500 with the win here tonight. Swung on and missed on the 1-2 pitch from Erhorn, and down on strikes goes Cannon Frost. So that will bring in Wes Miller. Miller, the third baseman for the Colorado Rough Riders. Rough Riders based out of the Denver metro area. Usually play their home games at Regis University. First pitch in to Wes Miller for ball number 1. Oh, sorry, strike number 1. McAvoy trying to get the frame job call on that one, but not getting it done as that pitch delivered just a little bit on the outside edge. 1-1 the count on Miller. Miller pops that one up. It's headed out into center field. Remington Miller, the second baseman for your Dodge City A's, there to haul it down in the right field grass for out number 2. And that will bring in Marcus Hamry. Hamry, the DH tonight for the Rough Riders. The Rough Riders in their white pants, green subliminated tops. They have Rough Riders on the back along with their numerals, and then Colorado on the front, a white stripe across the front with black lining above and below the stripe, and then black and white stripes on the arms as well. The A's with their white pants, green tops, white numerals and letters outlined in yellow. So a 1-1 count now on Hamry. Hamry, if I remember correct from years past, Hamry is a player that has been with the Colorado Rough Riders, or a member of that family has been, since the time that the A's have played in the league. A swing and a miss, and Hamry down in the count 1-2. If you're new to joining in, we'll talk about Cavalier Field here after a while. Cavalier Field home to both the Dodge City Community College Conquistadors and the Dodge City A's, and that pitch catches Hamry looking. He'll go down on strikes. We're headed to the bottom of the first. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting lineups before we go further into this, since we didn't get to them earlier. So Frost, Miller, and Hamry, 1, 2, 3 for the Colorado Rough Riders. Batting fourth, the cleanup hitter, the shortstop, number 8, Gabe Dalton. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 11, Max Muley. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 34, Dylan Hearn. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 3, Ian Baldwin. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 14, Connor Griffin. And rounding out the lineup is the second baseman, number 17, Ethan Quinn. It is Gunnar Pike that gets the start on the mound tonight for the Colorado Rough Riders. And now the lineup for your Dodge City A's. Batting first is the left fielder, number 25, Shannon Martin. Batting second, the center fielder, number 17, Grant Weisermans. Batting third, it is the shortstop, number 15, Carson Johnson. Batting cleanup, catcher, number 28, Tyler McAvoy. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 7, Nate Murphy. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 16, Isaiah Velasco. Batting seventh, it is the first baseman, number 12, Jake Vassell. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 30, Bo Dalian. And rounding out the lineup, it is the second baseman, number 2, Remington Miller. Cole Ahern got the start on the mound tonight for your Dodge City A's, and the throwdown complete. Warm-up pitches done for the starting pitcher, Gunnar Pike, and we will go to work with Shannon Martin stepping in for your A's. Shannon, of course, playing his sophomore campaign at Texas Southern this past season. Takes the first pitch he sees and fouls it off, down in the count 0-1. Lights already on at Cavalier Field this evening as there is some high clouds overhead. A few storms currently passing to our southwest. That pitch bounces in the turf in front of home plate. Evens a count at 1 apiece. Looks right now like we'll probably get to play this game in its entirety. There has been some severe storms off to our south and west. Good thing that the Liberal BJs were not playing tonight because they would have been rained out anyway. Counts 2-1 now on Shannon Martin. Lefty Pike working from the middle of the rubber. Pitch called strike on the upper half of the plate. Upper half of the zone. Evens a count at 2 apiece. Justin Hergert alongside for this conference action tonight. 2-2 delivery. Left high, and the count runs full. The Rough Riders went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first. The A's trying to do something that they haven't done and score first. Payoff pitch misses low, and Martin draws the walk. That'll bring in Grant Weisermans. Grant played his freshman campaign at Westmont this last spring. Shannon Martin will take his base at first, and we'll go to work. The right-handed Weisermans. First pitch into Grant in for ball number 1. One 1-0 delivery from Pike. Comes set. A high one left well outside of the zone, and the count moves to 2-0. Pike looks over at first. The 2-0 delivery. It has popped high. The catcher, Hearn, giving chase, but it will fall foul and out of play. Moves the count to 2-1. So that will send a few kids chasing, as they can go chase down a foul ball. They'll take it to the concession stand and get $1. Weisermans fouls off another one, and that'll even the count at 2 apiece. Two delivery. A line drive. It's high out into left field. It's over the left field wall, and the A's strike first. An early 2-run shot for Grant Weisermans, and the A's take the early 2-run lead. Another home run for Grant Weisermans. He hit one last night as well, and Grant's having himself a season here early in this one. So that will bring in Carson Johnson. Johnson from UT Permian Basin played his junior campaign. Johnson digs in to face Pike. First pitch, a curveball left outside for ball number 1. Pitch centered up well enough, called strike, evens the count at 1 apiece. Gunnar Pike, the lefty, comes from Arvada, Colorado. Pike fires and misses to the inside on that one, 2-1. The leadoff walk already paying dividends for the Dodge City A's as that pitch left high, 3-1. Dimensions here at Cavalier Field, it is 330 down both baselines, 348 into the power alleys. 404 to dead red center as that pitch catches the inner part of the zone and called a strike. And on a day like today, the wind blowing out, there's a good chance that we might see more home runs. At pitch, a high fly ball. It's headed out to right field. The right fielder, Baldwin, takes a few steps back, and he'll haul it down for out number 1. So that brings up Tyler McAvoy. McAvoy, the catcher tonight for the Dodge City A's, played at Westmont this last spring. Finished up his freshman campaign. The first pitch to McAvoy, he'll send it, ground it to the second baseman Quinn, and he bobbles it. Throw to first is still in time, and now 2 away. And now Nate Murphy steps up to the plate. Murphy, the third baseman tonight, played at Northeast Oklahoma for his freshman year. Originally from Bixby, Oklahoma. Has family here in the Dodge City area, staying with uncle that owns Hinton Plumbing. Takes the first pitch he sees for strike number 1. Pitch just missing off the plate. Evens a count at 1 apiece. Murphy takes that one. It's a high fly ball headed out to left field on the warning track. Goodbye. Solo shot for Nate Murphy, and the A's now have the 3-run lead. So with the 3-run, or the solo shot now, the A's 3 runs on 2 hits, and that brings up Isaiah Velasco. Velasco played at Cal Berkeley, finished up his junior season. Velasco doing some of the catching duties early on in the season for the A's as well. Twists and takes that one well inside for ball number 1. Set, delivers, it's popped foul. It'll go back and out of play for strike 1. the A's opening Rocky Mountain League play tonight, looking for their first win in league play. Of course, Rough Riders come in 2-0 in league play. Pitch is called strike. Down in the count, 1-2 is Velasco. Nobody on, 2 out, 3 runs in here in the bottom of the first. Pitch is bounced into home plate. Sends the catcher Hearn over towards the first base dugout. Keeps it in front of him, but goes over to snag that one. We'll go back to work. The 2-2 delivery coming from Pike. Has his pitch and comes set. Curveball that is fouled off to the left, and we'll do the 2-2 over again. Game 4 of the season here in 2024, and the A's still working on figuring a few things out, but slowly but surely they're getting things put together, figuring out how the lineup's going to work, as that one's popped foul and out of play as well. Figuring out who works and where in the lineup and what bats complement each other, what catchers work with which pitchers, the sequence of pitch calls to make. Making progress. 2-2 delivery again. That pitch, pop up. It's trouble, but the left fielder charging in, Griffin able to handle that one, and he'll take it for out number 3. So that will end the inning. The A's score 3 on 2 hits. We're headed to the top of the first. It'll be, or top of the second rather. Dalton Muley and Hearn due up for the Rough Riders. We'll be back after this. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back in, Gabe Dalton, sorry. Getting ahead of myself. Gabe Dalton leading off for the Rough Riders, and Cole Erhorn back on the mound for your Dodge City A's. Delivers pitch a little bit low for ball number 1. One-0 pitch. It's grounded to the shortstop, Carson Johnson. He'll throw. And it is in time for out number 1. So that will bring in Max Muley. Our Horn working from the third base side of the rubber. Not all the way over, but more towards the third base side. Takes first pitch. Delivers for ball number 1. Able to bring it back a little further inside on that one. Collects the strike. Evens a count at 1 apiece. Erhorn getting his first live pitching action of the season for the Dodge City A's. That pitch in for strike number 2. Erhorn from San Jose State finished his freshman season. And that pitch catches Muley looking. 2 away for the Rough Riders. Third strikeout of the game so far for Cole Erhorn. In steps Dylan Hearn. A little bit of a frame job by the catcher. Two and one, the count to Hearn. Pitch in for a strike, evens a count at 2 apiece. Hearn makes contact. He'll send it back up the middle, and the first base hit of the game on the 2-2 pitch is a single. So that will bring in Ian Baldwin.
Next up for the Rough Riders, right fielder number 3, Ian Baldwin.
The first base runner of the ball game for the Rough Riders as well. Pitch in for strike number 1. Erhorn looking in and has his sign. Comes set. The 0-1 pitch misses high and inside for ball 1. Throw over to first, not in time. One count. Throw down first. Snap throw by the catcher McAvoy, but Jake Vassell standing a little bit up the line. It's a good throw, just not enough to catch Hearn far enough off the bag. That pitch says he goes through it, and that will even the count at 1 apiece or 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away for Ian Baldwin here in the top of the second. 3-run ball game in favor of your Dodge City A's as that pitch chopped foul down into the turf, and will do the 2-2 over again. More of a crowd starting to filter in here at Cavalier Field tonight. Good crowd on hand already over in the party pavilion. Pitch high and inside, and the count runs full. The payoff pitch. Erhorn delivers a foul ball that just outside the third base bag. Will do the payoff over again. Erhorn set. The 3-2. Misses outside, and that will be a walk to put runners on first and second for the Rough Riders. That brings up Connor Griffin.
Now batting for the Rough Riders, left fielder number 14, Connor Griffin.
So you see some of the A's players that are up here in the stands right now. The A's do the 50-50 raffle during every game. So here in the early part of the game, they go through selling tickets, and the winner of the 50-50 raffle that is usually announced in the 7th-ish inning gets half of the pot. A couple of nights ago, it was 160 some odd dollars. That pitch missing outside for ball number 1. Pitch just outside, gets away from the catcher McAvoy, and that will move runners into scoring position. Horsey tying run at the plate for the Rough Riders. A 4-pitch walk, and that will load the bases. So with the bases loaded, the A's send their catcher McAvoy out to have a quick conversation with Erhorn. No movement towards the bullpen, so it's not an urgent situation for the A's. More of a let's calm down, gather ourselves, and throw strikes. Bases loaded, Ethan Quinn stepping into the plate for the Colorado Rough Riders. Well, we talked about flying bats the other day. We had our first one here at Cavalier Field for the Liberal BJs. Chalk one up for the Rough Riders. So 2 flying bats, 2 broken bats here in the early going of the season. Of course, that counts as a strike as he swung on it. So down in the count, 0-1 is Ethan Quinn. Rohan kicks, delivers, a little bit outside, evens the count at 1 apiece. One delivery. Right down Broadway is Quinn frozen on that one. 1-2 the count with 2 away. Of course, bases loaded. The 1-2 pitch. Caught Quinn looking. The Rough Riders leave him loaded. We're headed to the top or bottom of the second. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Jake Vassell leading off for the Dodge City A's as they take a 3-run lead into the bottom of the second. The A's sent 6 to the plate in the bottom of the first. So the first pitch he sees is a little bit outside for ball number 1. Jake played at Lake Erie, finished his sophomore season there. Takes that pitch, it's fouled off, it'll be back and out of play, and that evens a count at 1 apiece. So we were talking about the difference between league and non-league earlier. Of course, the A's started with a non-league slate. Playing opponents that are actually in the Rocky Mountain League, Hayes and Liberal both in the Rocky Mountain. They were slated as non-league games. They play 4 games against every team within the league. So that pitch misses low, evens a count at 2 apiece. So the A's playing the Rough Riders here. They will play 3 games here at Cavalier Field. The final game of the series will be played in Colorado. That game, a location yet to be announced. Hopefully we will know that soon. The pitch missing low again, and the count runs full. The A's slated to play the Rough Riders on June the 18th. The payoff pitch, grounded right back at the shortstop Dalton. The throw to first in time as he keeps his foot on the bag, and out number 1. So that brings in Bo Dallion. Dallion hasn't seen action since game 1 for the Dodge City A's. Takes the first pitch he sees, grounds it at the shortstop who misplays it, so an E6. And that will put a runner on for the A's. So in steps Remington Miller. Miller, the 9-hole hitter for your Dodge City A's, playing at second base. 1 on and 1 out. Remy just graduated from Dodge City High School, has committed to Barton County Community College. Grounded to the third baseman, and he handles it. The throw to second was in time. Bobbled it on the transfer, so Bo Dallion out on the fielder's choice. So back at the top of the order for your Dodge City A's, Shannon Martin steps in. He drew the leadoff walk that would come around to score off the 2-run shot by Grant Weisermans. That pitch on the inside edge for strike number 1. Missing off the edge and evens a count at 1 apiece. The A's doing something that they haven't done all season, which is lead a ball game early. That one a frame off the outer edge. Martin down 1 and 2. 1 on and 2 out. Pitch grounded to the shortstop, will go to second for the force out, and that will end the inning. So we are headed to the top of the third. The A's leading 3-0. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Cannon Frost leads off the top of the third in a solo shot over the left field wall, and the Rough Riders have scored, still trailing 3-1. Cole Erhorn still on the mound for your Dodge City A's. In steps Wes Miller, takes first pitch for ball number 1. He flew out his last time up. The Rough Riders working their second trip through the batting order as that one comes way inside. Well, Miller doesn't move. Two-0 pitch. Just off the outer edge, the count runs to 3-0. Pitch is called strike. And on the 3-1 pitch, Miller draws the walk. So that will bring in Marcus Hamry. Hamry 0 for 1, got caught looking his last time up. Hamry takes that one, just past the outstretched arms of Vassell, and Miller digging for third. He is thrown out. The rocket from Isaiah Velasco in right field, and the leading runner tagged out. Marcus Hamry advances to second on the throw, one away. Not to be lost on the absolute rocket that was thrown by Isaiah Velasco from right field. 0-1 count on Dalton. Grounded out his last time up. Pitch gets away from McAvoy, and that will move Hamry over to third. One count. Erhorn comes set. Delivers. Little excuse me hack. And down in the count, 1-2 is Dalton. One, two delivery comes outside, evens a count at 2 apiece. Full count now for Dalton. Runner at third with one away. The payoff pitch. Erhorn fires and misses outside, and that will put runners on the corners. Brings in Max Muley. Muley 0 for 1, got caught looking his last time up. Always going to go out and have a conversation after the A's ran into a little bit of trouble back in the second as well, but the Rough Riders would leave the bases loaded. So that mound visit is over and broken up. We'll go back to work.
At the plate, number 11, Max Mueller.
First pitch to Muley, high and outside for ball number 1. Rough Riders 2-0 in league play. Beat the Denver Cougars back on June 4th, 6-2. So that pitch is fouled off and evens a count at 1 apiece. They beat the Foxes on June 3rd, 7-5. Gabe Dalton takes second, 2-1 count on Max Muley. Hearn sets, fires a swing and a miss, and that will even the count at 2 apiece. So the A's trying to get out of another little bit of a jam after 1 run has already scored in this inning, only 1 away with runners on second and third. Pitch delivered low, and the count runs full. Payoff pitch coming from O'Hearn. Comes set, delivers, it's swung on and missed, and goes down on strikes, does Muley. So that brings in Dylan Hearn. Hearn singled out into shallow right field his last time up. Got the first base hit of the game for the Rough Riders. First pitch missing inside for ball 1. 1-0 delivery. Chopper back at Erhorn. He'll toss it over to first for the final out of the inning, and that will end it. The Rough Riders strand 2 more. We're headed to the bottom of the third. Weiserman's, Johnson, and McAvoy do up for your Dodge City A's. You've been listening to A's Baseball. Grant Weiserman set to lead off for the Dodge City A's. So he takes the first pitch, fouls it off, down in the count 0-1. One pitch. Missing high for ball number 2. Justin Hurd alongside. I'm joined in the broadcast by Garrett Odie. Weiserman takes that one. It's fly ball out towards right. The right fielder, Ian Baldwin, there to haul that one down for out number 1, rather. Sorry. So in steps Carson Johnson. Johnson flew out his last time up. The catcher, Hearn, tries to frame that one, but the pitch far enough off to be called a ball. 1-0 count. That one catches the outer part of the zone and evens the count at 1 apiece. Pike throwing 47 pitches so far through the first 2 1/3 innings. As that pitch low and inside makes the count 2-1. Johnson takes that one. It's driven out to left field, but the left fielder there just ahead of the warning track hauls it down for out number 2. Gunnar Pike making his second appearance, second start for the Colorado Rough Riders, has pitched 4 innings, allowed 5 hits on 2 runs, walked 1 and struck out 1. So in steps Tyler McAvoy, takes the first pitch he sees for strike 1. He grounded out his last time up. Work beginning down in the bullpen for the Dodge City A's. Pitch low for ball 1. Nobody on, 2 away for the catcher McAvoy. 1-1 pitch, misses low. 2-1. The A's scoring all of their runs early in the game, 3 runs in the bottom of the first, before the Rough Riders would finally score 1 in the top of the third. 1 run on 3 hits and an error for the Rough Riders. 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors for the Dodge City A's as that pitch comes in and misses. 3-1, the count to the catcher McAvoy. 3-1 delivery coming from Pike. Misses high and inside, and McAvoy will draw the walk. In steps Nate Murphy. Nate blasted the solo shot back in the bottom of the first that gave the A's the 3-run lead at the time. Murphy steps in. Strike set. Delivers a curveball high for ball one. The 1-0 delivery. Catching the upper outer corner of the zone, evens a count at one apiece to Murphy. He pops that one up. It's headed out towards left field. The third baseman tracking it. He'll pull it down in foul territory, and that will end the inning. As that will send us to the top of the fourth. Baldwin, Griffin, and Quinn do up for the Rough Riders. We'll be back after this. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field. Justin Hergert alongside as we're headed to the top of the fourth, 3-1 in favor of the Dodge City A's. And Cole Erhorn back on the mound for your A's. Chasten Keck is the one down in the mound getting ready as well. So leading off, Ian Baldwin steps in. He drew a walk his last time up, and see what happens here. I'm joined in alongside with Garrett Odie as well. Garrett, welcome.
What's up?
First pitch popped high. The right fielder Velasco there to haul that one down, and one pitch, one out. That's the way we like things to happen. Quick and easy. So that brings in Connor Griffin. Griffin walked on his last time up. A few more clouds filtering in as storms pass to our south. The pitch misses outside and a check swing by Griffin. It will be in for ball number one. One 1-0 delivery from Erhorn. It is swung on and missed. Griffin liked it long enough to offer up. Evens a count at one apiece. Garrett, you got to pitch in last night's game.
Yes, I did.
How was that?
It was pretty good. I only won an inning, but I had a ground out, strikeout, and a flyout, so can't complain too much.
1-2-3.
Yep.
1-2 delivery. Little excuse me hacker. It'll be flown down to the first baseman, Jake Vassell, for out number 1, 2. So Ethan Quinn steps in. He got caught looking. And the 9-hole hitter for the Rough Riders takes fastball pitch on the outside for strike one. Hearn delivers low on that one, evens a count at 1 apiece. More and more starting to filter into the stands here at Cavalier Field, as Victory Electric, the game night sponsor tonight. Victory Electric, of course, the electric cooperative for Dodge City, as that pitch driven right back up the middle, and Carson Johnson tries to make a play on it, caroms off of his glove, also bounces off of the second baseman Remington Miller as well, and hit nonetheless. It was just a hard play to make. So that will turn the lineup over for the Rough Riders. Cannon Frost back at the top of the order hit the solo shot home run in the top of the third that got the Rough Riders on the board. Pitch comes in and plunks Mr. Frost in the derriere. He will take his base. So in steps Wes Miller. Miller walked on his last time up, and this mound visit will undoubtedly give Chasten Keck a little more time to warm up. Go ahead and thank our game day sponsors. We'll start with our Grand Slams, the City of Dodge City and Ford County, Community Foundation of Southwest Kansas, Lewis Automotive Group, and Curbs Law Office. So we thank our Grand Slam sponsors for their sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. So that mound visit was done by the assistant coach Ryan Spear. And we will go back to work. And I know the live stream doesn't do it justice, but the sunset behind the clouds is a sight to behold tonight. So Wes Miller in. Colorhorn remains on the mound for the Dodge City A's. As that pitch, a high fly ball, it's headed down the right field side, and charging on it was Isaiah Velasco. Couldn't come up with it. 1-run scores. Here comes the second, and Wes Miller a triple. So that brings in Marcus Hamry, and that, just like that, we have a tie ball game at 3 apiece. So Hamry steps up. He singled his last time up. A diving stop by the first baseman Vassell, and a foot race down the line, and just beating it in time is Cole Erhorn to gather the final out of the inning, and we'll go to the bottom of the fourth. It is a tie ball game at 3 apiece. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field as we get set for the bottom of the fourth. Velasco, Vassal, and Dalian due up for your A's. Gunnar Pike back on the mound for the Rough Riders. Velasco takes the first pitch he sees, fouls it off as he flew out his last time up. Down in the count, 0-1. The A's scored 3 in the first, and the Rough Riders countered back 1 in the third and now 2 in the fourth for the 3-3 tie that we find ourselves in right now. The pitch missing inside for ball 1. Pike kicks and fires. Delivers a strike on the inside edge. Velasco not really enthused by the call. Shrugs his head and says, I thought that might have been a little far inside. Nonetheless, called strike, 1-2 the count. Delivers, it's well outside, and that will even the count at 2 apiece. The A's playing a 3-game conference slate here, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night here at Cavalier Field. Will be back on the road next Tuesday as they go to Hayes America to take on the Larks. A fly ball headed out into right field. It'll be down just to the left of the 348 power alley, and Velasco trots in to second, a stand-up double. In steps Jake Vassal. Vassal grounded out his last time up. And the A's already back in business with a runner in scoring position. So as we were saying, the A's will go to Hayes next Tuesday. It will be conference action this time as they take on the Larks. Pike has his sign and delivers. First pitch swinging. It's a fly ball down the right field side. It will go foul and out of play. And a kid down there to go track that one down. It's out in the batting cages, but they'll track it down and be able to take it back to the concession stand and get $1. 0-1 the count on Vassal. Pike takes a look back at second. Nobody holding the runner there as the pitch delivered low, evens the count at 1 apiece. Pike wants a new set of signs. Steps on the rubber and gets the call. Has what he wants. There's the attempted pickoff move. Decides not to go for it. Chopper on the infield, fielded by the shortstop Dalton. Throw to first in time. That moves Velasco over to third. So runner, the go-ahead run for the A's, just 90 feet away. Technically, that can go down in the books as a sacrifice hit that moves Velasco over to third. In steps Bo Dalian. He got on an error his last time up. The A's working their second trip through the batting order. That one grounded to the shortstop Dalton. Throw to first in time for out number 2, but a run scores and an RBI ground out for Bo Dalian. In steps Remington Miller. He hit into a fielder's choice. Remington takes that pitch, sends it out into center field. The center fielder Frost takes a few steps to his right, backtracks a little bit and hauls it down, and that will end the inning. But the A's score 1. They lead at 4-3. We're headed to the top of the 5th. You've been listening to A's Baseball. Chasten Keck taking over the mound for the Dodge City A's as they make the call to the bullpen. The first pitch to Gabe Dalton, grounded to the shortstop Johnson, not able to handle it. And a leadoff error puts a runner on. Pitch missing outside to Max Muley. Muley has struck out both times he's been at the plate. Once looking, once swinging. 1-0 delivery is actually a pickoff move over to first. Chasten Keck played his sophomore season this past year right here in Dodge City, played for the Conquistadors. As that pitch, a high foul ball that will go out of play and even the count at 1 apiece. Che played in the Kansas Collegiate League last summer, played for the Park City Rangers. Opting to stay home in Dodge City this summer. 1-1 pitch. Framed by McAvoy, but called a ball. Count moves to 2-1. Chasten Keck still uncommitted, has a few offers standing out there, but as of this point has not committed to moving on to play baseball. Swung on and missed does Muley, and down evens a count at 2 apiece. I know Chasten picked up an offer from Sterling here recently. As that pitch is swung on and missed, and the hat trick of strikeouts for Mr. Muley. In steps Dylan Hearn. Hearn grounded out his last time up. The Rough Riders currently working the third trip through the batting order. Earned the 6-hole hitter and catcher tonight for the Rough Riders. Throw back over to first, and it will bounce and get away. So an E1 that moves Dalton. It will go clear to third. So an error gets Dalton on the base paths, and then an error moves him clear over to third. 2 errors in the inning for the Dodge City A's. At pitch, off the outside edge. 1-0 the count for Dylan Hearn. Hearn drives that one out into left center field. It'll be down for a base hit. And all of a sudden, that error is costly as the Rough Riders have tied it back up at 4. In steps Ian Baldwin. Baldwin's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Flew out and has a walk. Keck delivers high for ball number 1. Nobody in either bullpen currently is. A balk was called. That happened last night as well against the Liberal BJs, and there was talk after the game. I was able to talk with Dakota Young, our head coach, and he was talking about how the balk was called, about some extra movement, and I don't necessarily agree with it. He was clearly set, and obviously Keck there confused as to why the balk was called, but nonetheless, runner moves to second, and now a 3-0 count. 3-1 the count on Baldwin. 1 on and 1 out. 1 run already scored in this inning. Tie ball game at 4 apiece as that one comes in tight, and that will put runners on first and second. In steps Connor Griffin. Griffin 0 for 1 with a walk. Snap throw down to second, and they say no. Hearn is back in safe. Excellent throw. Excellent throw by the catcher, Tyler McAvoy. We'll go back to work on a 1-0 count. Pitch catches the outer edge of the zone. That will even the count at 1 apiece. Runner goes, a throw to third is faked. McAvoy wanted to go down, but an argument could be made for interference at the plate, but nonetheless, they're not going to do it. 2-1 the count. A high fly ball that will get down in left field, rolls up to the wall. 1 run scores. Here comes the second. The throw to third is not in time, and another extra bases hit for the Rough Riders as they've plated 3 now in this inning. So Connor Griffin turns that into a triple, and the Rough Riders lead this one 6-4. 6 runs on 7 hits and an error for the Rough Riders. 4 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for the Dodge City A's. So after that mound visit from assistant coach Ryan Spear, McAvoy still having a few words with Keck, just wanting to make sure that they're in the same sequence, same pitch calling, and they're on the same page, ready to go. Voy comes back and takes his place behind the plate. Ethan Quinn stepping in. Quinn 1 for 2, singled his last time up. Chops that one back to Keck. They'll go to home as they say he is safe. So 4 runs have scored. Runner on first. Rough Riders leading this ball game 7-4. 2-0 count to Frost. Nobody down in the bullpen currently for the A's. Keck working from the first base side of the rubber. Looking in. Has his sign and comes set. A 2-0 delivery is fouled back into the netting. Frost was hit by pitch his last time up as the Rough Riders starting their 4th trip through the batting order. Pitch swung Swung on and missed. Evens a count at 2 apiece. Keck able to get Frost swinging on that one. He'll go down on strikes, and that'll be 2 away. And steps Wes Miller. Miller tripled his last time up. 2 triples in this ball game by the Colorado Rough Riders. Ball 1 to Miller. Quinn will take second on a passed ball, just slightly bobbled by Tyler McAvoy. Pitch called strike. Evens a count at 1 apiece. Runner on second, 2 away. Keck comes back inside and just missing the zone. From this angle, it sure looked good, but we're not the home plate umpire that sees it better than anyone. That pitch, high pop-up. Here comes Shannon Martin in the left field, and he'll have it. That will end the inning as the Rough Riders strand 1, but they score 4, leading it 7-4. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Shannon Martin steps in to lead off for the Dodge City A's in the bottom of the 5th inning. The A's trail 7-4. The A's starting their 3rd trip through the batting order. Shannon Martin takes that one, a high fly ball. It's driven out to left field, but ranging over to his left is Connor Griffin and has it for out number 1. So that brings in Grant Weisermans. Weisermans flew out his last time up. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Hit the 2-run home run in the bottom of the 1st. It got the scoring started for the Dodge City A's. The A's had the lead, but have surrendered it and now trail 7-4. Winds picking up out of the south as a few stronger thunderstorms pass to our south. Currently not looking like they will get here into Dodge City as pitch to Weisermans misses for ball number 1. That one missing outside makes it 2-0. Pike still on the mound, has thrown 70 pitches through 4 complete innings. 39 of those have been strikes. Weisermans takes that one. He'll foul it off. It goes out of play, and that makes the count 2-1. Thunderstorms to the south, thunderstorms to the north, but doing what they often do around here and doing the Dodge City Dodge. Three 1 pitch. Pike set, delivers, and it is low, and there is the walk for Grant Weisermans. That brings in Carson Johnson. He's 0 for 2. Looking to get a little bit of something going here for your A's. Johnson takes the first pitch. It's inside and low. 4-1. Gunnar Pike going back to work. 1-0 delivery, a curveball that misses high. Makes it 2-0. The A's with the win tonight can move to 2-2 on the season. Of course, the win would make them 1-0 in Rocky Mountain play. Chopped to the shortstop. They'll throw to second for 1 and complete the twin killing, as that will end the inning. And we're headed to the top of the 6th. The hot dog, ketchup, and mustard race coming up in between innings. So we'll keep it here so you can behold this one. So we're not going to do any ads here. You're going to get to see the ketchup, mustard, and hot dog, as hot dog currently leads the series 2-0. So here comes the race. They start from the first base side. They're rounding home. Ketchup has a lead. Oh, there goes Mustard. And Mustard takes it. So Hot Dog now leads the series 2-1 to nothing. So Ketchup still scoreless in the Hot Dog, Ketchup, and Mustard race. And what a race it is. Spectacle that you'll get to see at every home game at Cavalier Field this season. So we'll see what the final tally is. So not only are we keeping tallies on broken bats, flying bats, we're also keeping tallies on ketchup, mustard, and hot dog. What do you think of that, Garrett?
The flying bats is definitely really impressive. The one the other night almost went into our dugout. So
yeah, it was over to the third base fence. A very impressive flying bat. Of course, never a good thing to have broken bats. Tyler McAvoy, of course, he first at bat of the season saws his off. So that's never a good thing as we get ready to go back to work. Chasten Keck returns to the mound for your Dodge City A's, and we're going to take this opportunity to thank some of our sponsors as we get ready to go. Home run sponsors, I Don't Care Family Restaurant and Sports Bar, Parker Haskins Insurance, Rabine Brothers Law Firm, Victory Electric Cooperative Association, Jimmy John's, and Ford County Farm Bureau Association. As the 1-0 pitch driven high out into right field, it's down, bounces against the wall. So Marcus Hamry in with a stand-up double on the 1-0. So that brings in Gabe Dalton. He's 0 for 2, got on an error his last time up. Of course, the A's trailing this one 7-4. So we have worked our way into the top of the 6th. The Rough Riders, that one is called strike. A 0-1 count to Dalton. So the Rough Riders score 1 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, and 4 in the 5th. There are 7 runs on 8 hits and an error. They have stranded 7 as that high fly ball headed out into center field, and Weiserman's misplayed it. It bounces on the wall, and here comes the wave around, and Dalton able to turn that into a stand-up triple. So the Rough Riders lead this one 8-4. Nobody out here in the top of the sixth. There goes work down in the bullpen for the Dodge City A's, and that one chopped to the shortstop Johnson. Fielded throw to first, bobbled. Another error by the Dodge City A's, and things just not going well tonight, as that is the third error of the ball game for the A's. Dylan Hearn at the plate, a 1-0 count. Singled his last time up. Hearn 2 for 3 in the ball game. And the Rough Riders leading this one 9-4. A's have some work to do, not insurmountable to score 5 runs. Two-0 pitch, called strike. 2-1 the count. Two-one delivery, missing outside. 3-1 to the catcher Hearn. Base on balls, as the Rough Riders will go with the courtesy runner. Marco Polizzi. So Ian Baldwin steps in for the Rough Riders, and quick mound visit between McAvoy and Keck. Looks like Jack Meyer out in the bullpen for the A's. A wild pitch moves runners into scoring position. One 0 count on Baldwin. Here comes assistant coach Ryan Spear, and we'll take this opportunity during this mound visit to thank some more of our sponsors. Rapid Response and Service Master, Dodge City Kenworth, Cargill Meat Solutions, Tommy's Express Car Wash, Dodge City YMCA, EDF Renewables, and Dodge City Eye Care Sports Vision Training. So we thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. Of course, the sponsorships make admission to all A's games free. You don't have to pay anything to come watch a game, and of course, able to put on these live streams so that parents and everybody else can follow along both at Cavalier and when we're on the road. All games broadcast, barring any technical difficulties. So this mound visit being broken up, and we'll go back to work as Keck remains on the mound, and this was probably more of a give Mr. Myers some chance to get warm down in the bullpen. We'll go back to work, a 1-0 count on Ian Baldwin, who walked on his last time up. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game, a fly out and 2 walks. 1-0 delivery from Keck, misses well outside, makes it 2-0. Two-0 pitch, chopped foul into the turf. Makes it 2-1. We were talking about being down 5 runs. A 9-4 ball game. The Conquistadors hosted the first round of playoffs this spring. Of course, the Jayhawk, once you get into postseason baseball, the first round is hosted at the 4 higher seeds. The Conquistadors hosted Coffeyville Community College for a best-of-3 series. Game 3, that pitch misses low, and it is a walk that will load the bases. So the Conquistadors were playing Coffeyville. Game 3, Coffeyville won Game 2 to force a decisive Game 3. Conquistadors were down late in that game, 11-6. So when I say a 5-run deficit isn't insurmountable, it's definitely not. We watched it happen with the Conquistadors this spring. They came back and won that one 12-11. So the A's make the call to the bullpen. The night for Chasten Keck is done. Shaking his head in disbelief as he walks off towards the dugout. We'll tell you about Mr. Jack Meyer when we come back. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Jack Meyer takes over the mound for the Dodge City A's, comes in making his second appearance, has pitched 1 inning and faced 7 batters. No strikeouts on 3 hits and walked 1. One count on Connor Griffin. Griffin tripled his last time up. 2 runs in so far in the inning as the Rough Riders lead at 9-4 with bases loaded and nobody out. Meyer inherits a bases loaded situation. He works from the third base side of the rubber. The 1-2 delivery, chopped foul, will do it over again. Meyer with the 1-2 pitch. Delivers outside and evens a count at 2 apiece. Pitch jam shot in on the hands. It's fouled off. Will remain at 2-2 with nobody out. Rough Riders had a bases loaded situation back in the second, left it loaded. A strikeout here would go a long ways to helping that cause. Pitch fouled off and out of play. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming to Connor Griffin, the left fielder for the Rough Riders. Takes that one, a high fly ball. It's headed out to left field. Martin drops behind his head, rolls to the fence, and 2 runs score. An RBI stand-up double for Griffin. Runners on second and third, and the Rough Riders leading 11-4. In steps Ethan Quinn. Quinn hit into a fielder's choice, 1 for 3 in the ball game. First pitch, a fly ball. It's headed out to left field again. Played off the hop does Martin, and that will score another one. Runners at first and second, still nobody out. 5 runs scored here in the top of the 6th. 1 run in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, 4 in the 5th, and now 5 in the 6th. Swung on and missed does Cannon Frost back at the top of the order for the Rough Riders. Frost 1 for 3 in the ball game, 2 strikeouts, a home run, and a hit by pitch. That one missing outside. That will even the count at 1 apiece. High fly ball that's driven over the left field wall by Cannon Frost, and a 3-run home run. The Rough Riders leading 15-4. All of a sudden, the run rule kind of starts to creep into the back of a person's mind. The run rule at this level, 10 after 7. In steps Wes Miller. Miller's 1 for 3. He flew out his last time up. Takes a pitch for strike number 1. Nobody out. 8 runs in so far in the inning. And the Rough Riders have now batted around as that one sent out to right field. And Isaiah Velasco lost it for a little bit. Able to track it down for the much needed first out of the inning to slow the bleeding a little bit. It's not stopped yet, but the bleeding has slowed as we go to work now. In steps Marcus Hamry. He led off the inning with a double. That one's fouled off. That was jam shot in on his hands. As he comes up shaking his hands, and down in the count 0-1. Pitch called strike. Rough Riders have scored 12 unanswered so far. Pitch grounded foul up the first base line. Count remains 0-2. Curveball on the outside edge freezes Hamry, and strikeout, and now 2 away. Here comes Gabe Dalton. Dalton tripled. Pitch, another curveball on the inside edge for strike one. Curveball's working right now for Jack Meyer. That one, not sure where it missed. It looked good. Nonetheless, that evens a count at 1 apiece. Goes to a changeup. It's high, and it's out into left center field, and it's gone. So the Rough Riders leading 16-4 after that solo shot. That will bring in Max Muley. Muley 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts and an error. A quick mound visit between McAvoy and Meyer. And there goes the home plate umpire to break this one up. 9 runs in so far in the inning for the Rough Riders. The A's looking for the final out. They have a hill to climb if they want to stay in this ball game. First pitch to Muley, misses inside for ball 1. 1-0 delivery, goes outside, makes it 2-0. Meyer working rapidly, comes back inside again, and there's the strike call. 2-1 the count on Muley. 2-1 pitch. Right down Broadway, called strike, and that will even the count at 2 apiece. Pitch is grounded to the first baseman. Throw to first. Meyer covering, and he wins that foot race, and that will stop the bleeding for this inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. The A's trailing 16-4. They've got some work to do. We'll be back for that. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field. We head into the bottom of the 6th. The A's trailing 16-4. Tyler McAvoy set to lead off the inning for your Dodge City A's. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game, walked on his last time up. The Rough Riders so far have scored 13 unanswered. The A's have work to do. That pitch called strike on the inner edge. McAvoy down in the count, 0-1. Gunnar Pike still on the mound, has thrown 77 pitches. 42 of those are strikes. McAvoy makes contact, sends it out into right field. It's down on the warning track, rolls up against the wall, takes a bounce. McAvoy's digging for 2. He's in easily with a stand-up double. So the A's come out. They've got something going here. In steps Nate Murphy. Murphy's 1 for 2. He flew out his last time up. The A's go with the courtesy runner, and it's going to be Nyan Hayes. The lead-off double with nobody out. Pitch misses high. A 1-0 count for Nate Murphy. The A's have had base runners in every inning, but not able to take advantage of some opportunities. They've only stranded 2 and scored 4. 1-1 count. Ball misses high. 2-1. Lights in full effect here at Cavalier as sun setting behind the clouds off to our west. Murphy makes contact, grounds it to the shortstop, Dalton, throw to first. He's off the bag, but applies the tag, moves Hayes over to third, and 1 away for the A's. In steps Isaiah Velasco. Velasco doubled his last time up. The A's trying to keep something going. Pitch well outside. 1-0 the count on Velasco. Two and 0. Velasco batting .333 on the season. 2-0 pitch. Misses low, makes it 3-0. Three and 1 the count on Isaiah Velasco. Pike has what he wants and comes set. Kicks and fires. Velasco fouls it off, and the count runs full. Payoff pitch. Pike takes a long look in, has his sign. Kicks and fires. The payoff is swung on and missed. And Velasco goes down swinging. In steps Jake Vassell. Vassell has grounded out both times he's been at the plate as the A's working their third trip through the batting order. Pitch misses high for ball 1. 89 pitches so far for Gunnar Pike. 48 have been strikes. Pitch called strike off the outer edge. Evens a count at 1 apiece. 1-1. Missing outside. 2-1. Jake delivers that one out to the warning track. It's a stand-up double, another extra bases hit for the A's. Nyan Hayes scores easily. A's trailing 16-5. Here comes Bo Dallion. Dallion's 0 for 2 in the ball game, grounded out his last time up. We had a good crowd on hand here for a Friday night ball game, and just a spectacular sunset off in the west. Swung on and missed by Bo Dallion. This is what I love about doing my job in the summer, is the sunsets that we get to witness here at Cavalier Field are something to be seen. At pitch, grounded at the shortstop. They'll throw to first. It is in time, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the top of the 7th. It is a 16-5 ball game in favor of the Colorado Rough Riders. We'll be back after this. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field. Dylan Hearn set to lead off for the Rough Riders. Jake Meyer back on the mound. So we go to work in the top of the 7th. Hearn sends that one down the right field line, and it stays fair. Hearn's digging for 2, and he'll be in easily with the double. Extra bases have been the difference tonight for the Colorado Rough Riders, as at least 2 triples and multiple doubles as well. In steps Ian Baldwin. Baldwin 0 for 1 has walked 3 times in this ball game. Takes first pitch down for ball number 1. Sends that one. It's headed out into right field, and here comes Hearn. He's digging for home. The throw not in time. 17-5 in favor of the Rough Riders. First pitch to Connor Griffin, fouled off, down in the count, 0-1.
Give that a hit. Yeah. No. That was a tough play. Now batting number 17, Ethan Quinn.
Ethan Quinn at the plate, 2 for 4, singled his last time up. 2 singles, a strikeout, and a fielder's choice. 1-0 count to Quinn. Pitch grounded to the second baseman, Miller. Throw to second for 1. And that's all they'll get out of that one, is that'll put runners on the corners with 1 away.
Now batting the leadoff, number 18, Connor Frost.
So a good IQ play by Remington Miller to know that he's turned facing second, so that's where he goes with it. Instead of trying to make the out at first, goes to second. Puts runners on the corners, and a swing and a miss. Cannon Frost down in the count, 0-1. Frost is 2 for 4 in the ball game, has hit 2 home runs, has struck out twice, and has been hit by a pitch. Yes, that means we are starting the 6th trip through the batting order for the Rough Riders. Pitch misses outside for ball 1. Two the count to Frost. Two delivery. Just past the diving stretch of the third shortstop, who is not. So Zach Moore, the new shortstop for the Dodge City A's, and the A's make the call to the bullpen. Matthew Chavez taking over pitching duties here tonight as the A's trail this one 18-5. We'll take a step aside and come back after this. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Wes Miller draws the walk, a bases loaded situation with 2 runs in already in the 7th. Marcus Hamry with the 3-0 count draws the strike on that one. 3-1. 1 out. Matthew Chavez on the mound for the Dodge City A's. That pitch misses outside, and he'll walk in a run. The Rough Riders leading at 19-5. So the A's are going to have another mound visit, and this one's more of a situation to give Eric Mendoza. He's down in the bullpen for the Dodge City A's. So Eric will likely get the call here before too long, making his first pitching debut. Take this opportunity. We're going to thank our triple sponsors, Clark D. Stewart, Ansi Fragon, and Conant Construction. We'll also thank our double sponsors, Village Square Mall, First Avenue Dental, ITC Great Plains, Kelly Hendricks DDS, Kirby Meat, Best Water of Southwest Kansas, Danny Thomas, and Wendy Barnett. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball to make all of this possible, from doing live streams to having home games to even going on the road. Without generous donors within the community and city, we wouldn't be able to do this. So the mound visit's over. We're going to go back to work with the Rough Riders leading 19-5, and Gabe Dalton steps in to face Matthew Chavez. Chavez has walked 2 straight after coming in to take over the mound, and that pitch misses high for ball 1. Two-0 count to Gabe Dalton, and undoubtedly this is going to be one of those ball games that the A's are just going to want to put in the rearview mirror and look forward to better times. Pitch is fouled off. 2-1 the count for Gabe Dalton. Dalton 2 for 4, hit a home run the last time he was at the plate. 3-1 the count. Chavez working on command with the zone, not doing the best of jobs right now, as that pitch jam shot in, fouled for a strike. Payoff pitch coming from Chavez. Delivers high and inside. Another walk, and another run scores. The Rough Riders leading this one 20-5. A's down 15 runs, and it's looking pretty certain that the run rule will be in effect here at some point in this ball game. So the A's make the call. They're going to go to the bullpen. The night for Chavez is done after walking 3 straight. And we'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. It's going to be Eric Mendoza. Tell you about it later. We're going to step aside. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Eric Mendoza on the mound for the Dodge City A's. Mendoza, another high school product, just graduating from Dodge City High. Played in the varsity program this season. First pitch in to Max Muley for ball number 1, and now a 2-0 count. Muley 0 for 5, grounded out his last time up, has also struck out 3 times. High pop up on the infield, and it's going to get out with the wind. It's headed out into the right field. It's fielded, and that will score another run. Runners remain at first and second, and that brings in Dylan Hearn. Hearn 3 for 4 in the ball game. 2 singles, a double, and a walk, and a ground out. Mendoza fires. It's grounded to the second baseman, Miller. Throw to first in time, and that will be the final out of the inning. The A's stop the bleeding yet again, but trail this one 21-5. It's stretch time in Dodge City. We're headed to the bottom of the 7th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Andrew LaPearl takes over the mound in the bottom of the 7th for the Colorado Rough Riders, who lead this one by a wide margin, 21-5. So the starting pitcher, Gunnar Pike, goes 6 innings, and Andrew LaPearl in to do cleanup, trying to invoke the run rule victory. The first pitch to Miller, who leads off the inning in for ball 1. That one's fouled off. Miller evens a count at 1 apiece. He has hit into a fielder's choice and flown out, 0 for 2 in the ball game. Of course, Remington Miller, the 9-hole hitter for the A's. The 1-1 delivery from LaPearl catches the outside edge and has Miller down in the count, 1-2. 1-2 delivery. It's fouled off. Goes out of play, and we'll do the 1-2 over again. Pitch comes inside, a curveball that doesn't get down far enough, evens a count at 2 apiece. 2-2 delivery. LaPearl works from the first base side of the rubber. It goes outside, and the count runs full. Wind still blowing here at Cavalier Field, blowing from the south. More of a southwest feel now, and Miller chops that one. It's headed to the third baseman. Wes Miller throws to first in time, and Remington Miller out by about half a step for out number 1. Brings in Shannon Martin. Martin back at the top of the order for the Dodge City A's. Martin's 0 for 2, has walked, hit into a fielder's choice, and flown out. Martin takes the first pitch he sees from LaPearl for strike number 1. 1-1 the count. High pop-up that's staying near the infield edge, but fielded by the center fielder Frost. And that will bring in Grant Weisermans with 2 away. He hit a home run, a fly out, and a walk to be 1 for 2 in the ball game. First pitch he sees, a line drive that will be down into right field. So another hit for Grant Weisermans. Have yourself an early part of this season. So 1 on with 2 away, and that brings in Zach Mora. Mora took over the shortstop position from Carson Johnson. Zach Mora, another Westmount product, played his freshman campaign this year. Takes first pitch he sees for strike 1. Pitch misses inside and low. 1-1 the count to Mora. That is grounded to the shortstop Dalton. He'll go to second for the force out. The fielder's choice will end the ball game. The A's fall 21-5 in the first Rocky Mountain League game of the season. They trail the Rough Riders 1-0 in the series overall. I am Justin Hergert, have been alongside with Garrett Odie. Garrett, we thank you for helping out up here today.
Absolutely, no problem.
So any final thoughts?
I mean, tonight was a rough one, but I got a feeling we're going to get back at it tomorrow, and it'll be a much different ball game.
Indeed. The A's looking to regroup, get things going back together again, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. Another ball game coming up at 7 p.m. tomorrow night here at Cavalier Field. We'll step aside, come back with our post-game wrap-up. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. The A's falter a little bit tonight as they fall to the Rough Riders 21-5 in 7 innings. The run rule victory moves the Rough Riders to 3-0 on the season. The A's 0-1 in Rocky Mountain League play. They fall to 1-3 overall on the season as well. Take a look at some final game wrap-up as we look at things. Shannon Martin led off the game for the Dodge City A's. Drew the leadoff walk back in the top of the first. Grant Weisermans comes in and blasts ones over the left field wall to give the A's a 2-0 lead, followed up by a Nate Murphy solo shot that also went over the left field wall. The A's led 3-0, but it would be downhill from there. The A's would get a base runner on in a leadoff from Isaiah Velasco, a stand-up double in the 4th inning that would be driven in as he would come around and score off of a Bo Dallion ground out. The A's would get their final run off of a stand-up double from Tyler McAvoy, another leadoff double, as he would be driven in later in the inning by another double from Jake Vassell. The offense for the Dodge City A's struggling a little bit tonight. 5 runs, nothing to cough at, but when you lose 21-5, you've got some work to do. So that is how the A's go tonight. They're back in action tomorrow night, 7 p.m. right here at Cavalier Field. Host the same Colorado Rough Riders, looking for improvement and looking for their first win in Rocky Mountain play. I am Justin Hergert, was alongside Garrett Odie, and saying thank you for the entire A's board and organization for following along tonight. The A's dropped this one 21-5. We'll be back tomorrow. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball.